What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Mindset Event of the Year. My name is Xavier. I'm the CEO of Juicy Trades. I'm a 10-year trading veteran, former financial advisor with 8 back-to-back green years. I'm the leader and commander-in-chief of Team Precision, which was known as Precision Capital, which turned into Juicy Trades. I've coached over 500 students, and now out of those 500 students, 80 of these students are now owning, operating, and commanding their own discourse, teaching and reteaching the skills that we have taught in the Learn, Grow, Profit program to other students. Now, speaking of students, a special guest with me tonight, and it's a pleasure to be a part of this guy's trading journey and to see him come from where he came from and to where he's at now. And I'm glad to be a part of where he's going to go. So my pleasure to introduce to the world one of my top students, Kevin Burnett.
All right. Hey guys, excited to be here with Xavier tonight, part of Team Juicy Trades. And I'm Kelvin Burnett. I'm a business owner, been around for eons, operating my own business. Real estate is my background, financial investments, real estate mortgages, what I do. I become a full-time trader a few years ago with, well, just recently full-time, but with Juicy Trades, and didn't know nothing about trading. It fell through the door and somebody said, push the button, and money came out. I got excited, started learning about this game, and the last 2 years has been one heck of a journey. Got some things I learned, some tips, some things, some strategies that may help you. I'm glad that you guys are here. Let's get ready to make this happen tonight. Thank you for inviting me in, X. Let's do it.
Perfect. Now, the agenda for tonight, we're going to go ahead and hit a couple things. As always, got to cover your butt. So we're going to hit the disclaimer first, and we're going to go ahead and get into the one thing that nobody can define. What is trading mindset? We're going to hit new trader's mindset versus a pro trader's mindset. We're going to briefly cover systematic trading because systematic trading is the key component to keeping the mindset in check. We're going to kill over trading. We're going to give you discipline, and we're going to give you help you develop the consistency with your trading. And we're going to teach you how to overcome fear. And last but not least, we're going to end it with a talk around the proper market perception. So Juicy Trades, and in this case, DTC Coaching, is providing this slideshow and any related materials for educational purposes only. We're not providing legal, accounting, or financial advisory services, and this is not a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell any financial instruments. All investing and trading in a securities market will involve risk, and any decision to place trades in these financial markets is a personal decision that should only be made after thorough research. Now that we got the legal mumbo jumbo out the way, what is mindset, man? Why is it important? Is it really that easy that all I got to do is change how I think? Well, yeah, that's pretty much it is. Now, how I define mindset, somebody Googled this and long story short, screenshot this because I'm the one who created the definition. This is the official definition of trading mindset. The mindset is the ability to focus on the execution of your trading system in edge, no matter the outcome of the trade or the condition of the current market. So what do I mean by that? Once you're coming down this path, your new goal is to become a professional trader. And as a professional trader, we really don't care what the market's doing, right? I don't care if the market's moving 1,000 points. If it's up 1,000 points and you're looking at me and it's like, why are you not in trade? That's because I didn't have a signal for me to get in the trade. We only care about the piece of the market that we know that we have an edge and a higher probability of profiting from. So the market can move all week. If I don't have my setup, I'm just not going to take it. If I get a 100-point move, guess what? As professional traders, we're going to take that profit and we're going to go about our day. Go do something, hang out with our family, and we're going to come back and repeat that process over and over and over again. But in order for you to get to that point, you have to understand that mindset is the thing that really ties it together. And when you have that mindset, you can start doing things like taking profit from the market. You can get rid of FOMO. You can eliminate over trading. You can put it into revenge trading. And long story short, you don't have to be afraid. Yo, I got to ask everybody a question in my chat room. This is a very serious question, right? If you guys can see this, hit me with a 1 in the chat. Somebody, if you guys see this, hit me with a 1 in the chat. Let me get a couple people on my team. Hit me with a 1. Hit me with a 1. All right. I'm going to call on somebody right now. Somebody about to get the name. All right. Everybody stop. KC, are you scared of money? Hit me with a 1 if yes. Hit me with a 2 if no. KC Dallas, are you scared of money? All right. Hold on. JR, hit me with a 1 for yes. 1 for no, 2 for yes. Are you scared of money? No, right? So if you're not scared of money, why are so many people so afraid to take the risk to make the money? And it's the mindset. And it comes from not having the proper mindset to be able to stay in one lane. That's why proper mindset will eliminate trader drift. And more importantly, it'll keep you grounded in your roots of following your trading plan. Your trading plan is everything because that's what's going to keep you grounded. I talk to so many people, and so many people should be so much farther than where they're at. And you want to know what's the problem? It's you. Think about it. How long have the majority of you been trading? How many educational videos have you watched? How many hours of this work have you put in? At this point, a lot of you can't even learn anything else because you already know it. Most traders know how to win, but it's you that's holding you back. And it's those things that I listed above that was killing me back in the day that did not unlock my full potential. I already knew everything. I just needed to ground myself. Here's a proven point that was me versus me. In 2019, 80% of my losses that I took from trading came from me following those problems I had listed just above. Overtrading, FOMO, chasing, and revenge trading. Let me just say this one more time. I want to say this. I need you to listen to what I'm trying to tell you. In 2019, which, by the way, I had 100% on the year, I doubled my account. I had 80% of the losses that I took came from me not following my trading system. So what I am trying to tell you, if I stayed in the lane and only followed my trading system, I could have done so much better. 100, doubled my account's great, but there's a chance I could have legitly 10x'd my account if I just followed my trading system. And the problem with that is that new traders have a problem with it because their mindset's off. A new trader's mindset is completely different and it's geared to the social media phase. Oh, this is easy. All I'm going to do is sit behind this computer, push a couple buttons, and we buying all these Ferraris. Yeah, I get a little bit of success. Oh, man, I'm about to 10x my account this month. I'm about to be on Twitter. $1 to 1 million challenge. This is the best one. We're going to get it. And that's because of social media. All you see is the Ferraris. You see the mansions. You see their planes. You see all this stuff. And you think it's easy. I'm going to tell you something straight up. I own them. Have my hand in other business ventures. I've been a financial advisor. I passed the Series 7 and all these other tests. I have never in my life worked so hard at anything as I have as becoming a trader. And if you are not willing to put in the work, you might as well just hide from the money. So that's when new traders come in and they quit because reality hits hard. I want you to tell you something straight up. 90% of traders fail. That is crazy. It's a proven stat. So that means, let's flip it up. You coming into this game, 90% of people are going to be in a situation because it's a 90% chance of you failing. That sounds crazy. You sound crazy. Would you go get in the car and they're like, yo, yeah, if you get in that car, drive around a corner, there's a 90% chance of you dying. Are you going to do that? So go around and tell people about what you're trying to do and what you're trying to achieve. And to make it all worse, the market's job is to trick, trap, and fool you while at the same time try to make you a liquidity provider. What? So how can you win? You have to learn the recipe for success. And it's very simple. Proper mindset plus execution of a back-tested plan, and only executing inside that back-tested plan. That means that the market's going up. You don't have a signal. You're not trading. It doesn't matter what somebody on Billy Bob is doing on Twitter. You're not trading because you don't have your entry process. And back that up with the proper position size will equal consistency, which in my opinion is the true success in trading. If you can consistently follow your plan, then you can consistently make money. Look to the left. You don't even need to trade every day. You don't even need to hit home runs every day. I don't hit big weeks every week. There's weeks, in fact, I'm actually red. I'm not red by much, but there are weeks where I'm red. But long story short, if you could just follow the process and consistently generate gains, and if you can tie that with risking only the amounts you can afford to lose on the highest quality setups that line up with your trading plan with proper risk management, whoo, oh my God. That's the success. That's the secret to obtaining the right mindset. Now, I got another little job for everybody here. All right. I'm bringing this back up. Who am I going to call on? Who wants to answer my question? Who wants to get picked on? Hit me with a 1 if you want to get picked on in the chat room. I'm going to call somebody out and ask this question in front of somebody live. All right. There we go. Money House. All right. Wait. Money House, you're general. You get a pass. All right, wealth. What? Everybody stop typing. Everybody stop typing. Stop typing. I see everybody on the bottom stop typing. Wealth. What is your job as a trader? Trust me, if I'm sitting with you, I don't know what you're going to do. What's your job as a trader? What do you do? Bam. Who else? Come on. How many people? Wealth's a part of Juicy Trades. He already knew that. He already knew what I was going to tell him, right? Manage risk. All right. Correct. This is my team. They are already on it, right? If you did not get that question right, here's the correct answer. Your primary job as a trader is not to make money. It is to execute your trading process and trade your A+ setups. While at the same time, because you're trading them setups with those edges, you can generate money. Now, most people and most traders, when they come into the game, they already messed that up. Like they came in, I got money. My new goal is to triple my account, 10x my account. For example, in example purposes, we'll talk about, I have 25K. That's margin requirement, easy thing to round up to. And most people that have 25K, when I talk to them and sit with them, I want to make it to 100K. That's 75K profits in 1 year. But in order for you to achieve that goal, you must first become a profitable trader, a profitable and consistent trader. By you coming into the game straight up with that particular goal, you're not going to be able to understand the fact that it's not really about making money, because your whole motive now is just to try to make money and not to make great trades. This is LeBron James. All right. Obviously, you know who he is. If you don't know who he is, look up LeBron James. LeBron James is, I believe he's a billionaire now, right? I believe he's a billionaire now. Okay. What do you think LeBron James in this very moment is thinking about right now? I mean, look at him. He focused. This guy right now is living, sleeping, breathing basketball. He's not thinking, if I slam this ball, they're going to pay me $23 million because I slammed the ball and got good stats and people betting on me right now. He's thinking process, 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 and winning. And the same thing. Now, in trading, when you get past that, I need to follow my process point, then we can start talking about money. And money is just a byproduct of following that trade process. In order to get there, you need consistency. Man, listen, my team already knows. There's been days where the market just dumped. 60 handles, 100 handles. I got my hands in my pocket. I ain't moving. If ABC ain't happening, I ain't moving. Even Bruce Lee said it. I fear not the man who practiced 10,000 kicks once. I fear the man who practiced one kick 10,000 times. By the way, I would never want that guy, whoever's kicking 10,000 times, to kick me. I don't want that. In the same way I don't want that, I don't want to mess with the trader who took the same setup 10,000 times. And as a proof to my point, here is the trigger model that's taught in the Learn, Grow, Profit program as a part of Juicy Trades in phase 3, and part of it's covered in phase 2. Look to the right. And I'm going to ask the question again. All right, just listen to the question before you hit 1 or 2. If this trade, top A versus trade B, if they look the same, hit me with a 1. If they don't, hit me with a 2. What do you think? Hit me with a 1 or hit me with a 2? Somebody just said yes. In the chat room, hit me with a 1 or hit me with a 2. I know there's a lag in Zoom right now. There they go. It's just that lag in Zoom is picking up. Hit me with a 1. This is an actual question. Are the trades to the right, do they look the exact same? I know somebody probably zooming in looking at them. Damn, all y'all typing. Nobody's. Oh, there you go. No. Mel and Gaines, they like to play around. Hit me with a 1 if they look like the same. Hit me with a 2 if they don't look like the same. Yeah, Juicy Trades, we like to have fun. Okay, so the essence is the trigger. Right here is resistance. We break through it, we run. Right here is resistance. We break through it and run. This is nothing more than the stuff that you're taught in the phase 3, lesson 3 program. Now, here's the next one I want to show you. Peep this. Now, doesn't this trade, if I could take it upside down, look like this trade? Right? All I'm doing is this. Trigger, zone. Let's say it again. Trigger, zone, zone. If that's not happening, I am not trading. And that's how I'm successful in trading, because I have to wait for everything to line up. And that's called a systematic trading system. A trading system is just the approach from start to finish. A full system laid out on pencil and paper. That's what you have to have. A full system will include how to find stocks or indices or whatever you trade. There's a lot of things you can trade. How to get in and how to get out. And if that thing isn't happening, those three things aren't happening, you're not theoretically trading the right way, in my opinion. You should be reacting. You have a plan. If the market does this, I'm going to do that. If ABC does this, I will do XYZ. All right. So what happens in the real world? You got all this stuff. You got all this information. You got all this stuff. And let's just say 2 weeks go by and you had no opportunities. And in those 2 weeks when you had no opportunities, you're up way behind on your profit goal. You're a full-time trader now. You got people to feed. So what happens? You're forcing stuff. Your mindset's off. So what happens? Boom, market opens. You didn't get a touch of your zone to get in. Market's moving. You decide to get long. Turns around on you like, dang, I just took a small loss, whatever. Now your first trade of the day's red. At this point, all you can really think about is, I need to make this money back. I can't be red right now. Comes down. So you get short, turns around on you. You got 2 trades that just meant nothing. Turn around, get short again, nothing, long again, short again. This is what I call overtrading. And overtrading really goes beyond trading too much. It's the fact that you're taking trades that does not line up with your system. And if you take a loss doing that, it's the loss of control of you pushing buttons that could lead you to an emotional downfall that could kill you. Now, this is the same picture that I just showed you before. In this particular system, we want price to get in. Here, we have never got an exit signal. But technically, this went from 3872 all the way to 3904. If you caught that to that, that's a great profit. And if you ever find yourself overtrading and chasing, initiate these steps. First things first, turn off the computer. The minute you take a trade and you look at the computer and it's outside of your plan, meaning like, damn, why did I get in this trade? Computer goes off. It has to happen right here, right now. Limit how many setups you can trade. When I walk into the day, I try to keep my setups and my limits between 3 and 4 per day. If I ever hit 4, I'm done. Fuck it, I'm done. I don't care about anything else. I don't want to be a part of the market. Every time you push that button, you take risk. I want you to think of every time you're pushing that button, you are now a soldier, and every time you push the button, you have to run through a battlefield. You ran through the battlefield, you made it, you're live, you're safe. Did you want to do it again? No, because every time you take that risk, you can take the risk of losing. So we want to limit that risk on the best quality setups so that we have the best probability of winning. Then we want to take that and combine that with the maximum drawdown to prevent a maximum event. I've seen people draw down 50% in a day. Your whole account's down 50%, 20%. If you just follow these rules, you won't trade as much and you'll be safer. Now, some people might say 3% is too much. And if that's too much for your risk tolerance, how much money do you have to lose before you have to tell your wife about it? Whatever number that is, that will be your maximum loss. Get a trading buddy. I got a trading buddy. He's in here right now listening. If anything happens, I call him up. Yo, man, I feel like I'm about to trade too much. I think I should walk away. What do you think? Buddy up. If you're part of Juicy Trades, there's over 1,000 traders in here. You got team leaders and coaches, people that are willing to work with you. Buddy up and keep each other safe on the low and have a side hobby. I feel like a lot of people in the beginning, when they were trading and working in terms of execution, they did better because they had something to keep them away from the market. The market's not all about hitting the button every day, catching every top, catching every bottom, catching every scalp. It's about executing of a process. And once that process is done, you are done. And having a side hobby can get you away from this market. Think about it. If you watch this market 9 hours a day, every day for 2 or 3 weeks, how long before you fall victim to one of the traps? And this is the most important part of mindset of everything. Log your trades. Log. And if you can, record every trade you take and then spend time reviewing them. Why? Because if you review your trades, you see what works. And therefore, you can start to develop a mindset of high quality. If it's not this that's working, I don't want to trade it. I don't want to attempt it. If it's not working, I could do other things with my side hobby. I can call my trading buddy and I can turn off the computer and go outside and leave. Okay. You need to log your trades. Every time you take a trade outside of your trading system that is not a part of your system, you simply just disrespect all the hard work you put in. I want you to think about this. This is the quote I want to smack you in the face with. Say it again. Every time you take a trade that's not a part of your trading system, you're simply just disrespecting everything you have ever put into this. All those late nights, all those trying to put all this complicated information together and make it work. That grind, just unnecessary risk is what holds you back. I'm telling you, this is literally a game of you by you. But just realize if you can follow your trading plan and only take the trades that line up in your plan, all you really need to make trades is one good trade. One good trade to make gains. One good trade to make your day, week, and month. One good trade to improve your confidence. One good trade to eliminate your losses. And last but not least, just be patient. I'm telling you these things right now in this particular process for you to actually just develop a certain level of patience and discipline, because the market's always going to pay the patient trader. Like Warren Buffett said, this is just a device to take wealth away from the impatient and deliver it to the patients. But that's going to require you to have a certain level of discipline. You're going to need discipline to do nothing while there's no opportunities to present themselves. You're going to need discipline to stay alert for potential opportunities. You're going to need discipline to act instantly when the trading opportunity occurs. Even if it occurs one day at 10:30 and the next day at 2:30, you're going to need discipline to follow the trading plan when the market's moving and you don't have the actual setup to get in. And my greatest advantage over most traders is the fact that I have no desire to trade. I like money and everything, but I don't come into the market. I'm like Calvin. I'm 50-50. All right. I'm not really trying to do anything like that. I just want to trade my plan and I leave. Honestly, on audio, y'all hear me leave. I'd be like, hey guys, I killed it. I'll see y'all tomorrow. And if it's 2 o'clock, it's 2 o'clock. If it's 9:45, I'm out. I do not stay behind the market all day because I am not trying to get chopped up. All right. And long story short, my mindset is just geared to higher quality setups, just like Calvin. So from here, I'm going to transfer to Calvin, and we're going to go ahead and hit that freestyle.
Hey, man, that was excellent, man. And the things that you're saying, they're so true, man. They're so true. And I know when I first started trading, man, trading was easy. I just jumped in there and somebody said, get in, I got in, pushed the button, and I started winning. I was like, wow, great. But then I found out the more I started to learn, the harder it was to get involved. So I started getting messed up in the mind. We're going to talk about the psychological gap, because I believe that 90% of all trades fail in the mind before you ever push the button. Meaning that you've come to the market with the wrong approach, the wrong intention, chasing money. And you're never supposed to chase money. Money's supposed to chase you. You never chase money. Money's supposed to chase you. What you chase is the process, the preparation, the plan, the strategy. And if you're ever going to master the art of trading, you just have to one thing. You got to believe in yourself. You got to have an unshakable belief in yourself and a repeatable system that you can duplicate over and over again. X, you showed this chart just now. You say, does these trade looks the same? And it looked exactly the same. What you had and what you demonstrated was an edge. And if you don't know your edge, then this is where you got to do your homework at. What is my system? What is my strategy? What is my approach to the market? Do I have the confidence in myself to make this happen? And that comes through discipline. Discipline, that means that you're not going to take the willy-nilly trades. You're going to take the trades that only meets your edge. And when you do that, you start to repeat the same process. You mentioned about the one kick practiced 10,000 times, or the 10,000 kicks kicked one time. Well, the thing is that once you define your edge and you know what they look like, you look for them patterns that form in the market, and without hesitation, you push the button. And that leads me to what we're talking about, the psychological gap. The psychological gap, I believe, is the thing that most of us traders fail at before we approach the market. That means that the way we are thinking, the way we are feeling, how we are emotionally charged when we hit the market. See, if you approach the market and your confidence is lacking, or your emotional state is not stable, you're mad, you just had a fallout with your wife or your husband, your job mate, you're mad or something, and you come in to trade, you're at a disadvantage. That's the psychological gap. And I believe that to master the art of trading, what you need first and foremost is you need confidence. Confidence in your system, confidence in yourself, confidence in the things that you've prepared for all night, charting and drawing trend lines and doing all the different things to prepare for the market. Then when it gets to time to execute, the question I have for you is, are you confident in your research and what you have done to prepare yourself to take that trade. I know most traders, and including myself, I fall victim to it. I will approach the market, get ready, and everything lines up, my edge shows up, and it's time to take the trade. And I say, wait, let me wait and see if it's going to work out. Have that ever happened to you guys before? You can just shake your head, drop it in the chat box. Because I believe that's something that happens to all of us. And that delay of 20, 30 seconds or a minute that you wait to see if the trade going to work out, you wait too late, the trade takes off, and then as soon as you push the button to get in, guess what happens? The market pulls back to get liquidity, to get the unfilled orders, and guess what? Your stop is one of them. Boom, you get stopped out, the trade take off and run to the hills. Have that ever happened to you before? So I will say this to you. To have confidence, you must be a trader that understands your edge and believe in your edge. You have to be emotionally disconnected from the outcome of the trade. What does that mean? The market is going to do what the market is going to do. Your only responsibility is three things, I believe. One is take the trade. Two, manage your risk. And three, take profit. There's one thing I do know, and this is a fact. You can't control the market. The market is going to do what it's going to do. It's going to go up or it's going to go down. Your job as a trader is to have confidence in your edge and follow the market. What is it doing? And agree with the market. Mr. Market going up, you say, okay, Mr. Market, I'm going to go up with you. And then you take, and Mr. Market, you protect my stop because you drew your support lines and you do your resistance areas, and I'm going to put my stops behind them areas. Them things that over time will give you confidence in yourself and in your system. I believe to master the art of trading, confidence is one of the biggest things that you must have in your system and in yourself. You have to eliminate the emotional risk. What does that mean? Meaning that you cannot be emotionally tied to the outcome of the trade. It's 50-50. What does that mean? When you push that button, you truly do not know the future, so therefore you do not know what the market is going to do. I believe the emotional connection to your trade is one of the biggest hindrances that you may have. So I want you to sit back and when you take your trade, what's your state of mind? Are you negatively charged? Or are you positively charged? Or you push the button saying, well, when I push the button, the market always goes against me. I always get stopped out. What's your self-talk looking like? Because that right there has a lot to do with your confidence. What is your self-talk looking like? I believe that it's important that you neutralize all your expectations about the market outcome once you take a trade. Now, hear me out. You plan your trade, you have your probabilities of where the market is going to go at, and you take the trade based on that assumption, and you take the highest probability of a favorable outcome, and you take the trade, but you are neutral in the essence of if the market is going to go up or down. You've done your homework, you did the best you can. So I think that it's important for a trader to think from the market perspective, meaning that the market is alive, it's active, but it has no clear direction on its own. It's only stimulated by millions of traders, retail and industrial and institutional traders that's putting on orders and buying in the auction of the market, and it moves in that direction. So from the market perspective, it only does what the input or stimulus of the people that's trading it does. So when you put yourself in a neutral position, you eliminate your emotional risk, and you think from the market perspective, 50-50, what you do is you put yourself in the best possible position to take a trade with a clear focus on what it is that you're attempting to do to extract funds out of the market. I believe the market is an unlimited piggy bank for you at any given day and any given time if you operate in the correct area of discipline. So I say that when you eliminate the risk, you accept the possibility that the trade can fail. You know that you're operating in a probabilistic environment, meaning the probability it can go up, it can go down. When you do that, you actually are putting yourself in a neutral position where you can process the information that you received, you filtered out the relevant data, and you're taking a trade with the highest possible outcome of a successful trade. Now, when you do that, you have to understand one thing, that you're exposing yourself to risk. This, I believe, is one of the biggest things that market professionals have not truly grasped with, meaning that it is not really the dollar amount that the fear of loss. And you see, when you look at the market as a painful instrument, when you put money in, it takes money from you and we experience pain. Whenever you experience pain, your subconscious mind, your mental state, do all it can to avoid pain. So it tells you, wait and see if this trade is going to work out. It says, oh, don't take the trade right now. It's probably going to fail. It gives you all of the counter things that's against what you're trying to do to get in the market by having you hesitate or not believe in your system and in your edge. And I believe it's so important, as X said, to have someone that work with you in the area of accountability. It's very essential that you log your trades. It's very essential that you do your homework prior to taking any trade and only trade your strategy, only trade your edge. This is something I would say to you guys. When you're trading, accept the fact that anything can happen. You don't need to know what's going to happen in order to make money. You need to exercise your edge and take the trade. Now, one thing I want you to say, to understand this here, is that at any given time, the market gives you random distribution of wins and losses, because for every winner, there's a loser. There's no way you're going to win in the market and somebody didn't lose, because it's an auction process. So if you're losing, somebody is winning. And if you're winning, somebody is losing. And understand that. You must define your edge and only operate in your edge. Now, your edge is no more than an indication of a higher probability that the trade will work out in your favor. That's all your edge is meaning that my edge, I have 6 edges when I'm trading. And I only trade these edges. And if they don't show up, I don't trade. Now you hear that, right? If they don't show up, I do not trade. So your job is to understand your edge and only trade your edge. And when you get that favorable setup, you'll find that you will be more successful in your trades. I think that every trader on this audio right now can be a 50-50 trader, meaning that you should win 50% of all the trades that you take. What if I told you that you can win 50 to 70% of your trades? Would you ever hesitate to take a trade if you knew the outcome would be 50 to 70%? Your risk management is in place. And if you're winning 50% of the time, you're probably in the top 10% of the traders that's trading in the world. And that's a true statement. So how to develop consistency in your trading? X, you going to add something there before I go to the next aspect, the consistency in your trading?
Oh, you will.
All right, good enough, good enough. So consistency, guys. To have consistency, you must have confidence, you must have discipline, and you must have a winning attitude. Okay, I'm gonna say that one more time. I'll make sure you guys get this here. Confidence in your system, confidence in yourself. You must have the discipline to restrain from taking trades that does not line up with your plan. And you must have a winning attitude. What does that mean? When I approach the market, I'm coming to pick money up off the floor. I know mama need a new pair of shoes, 50-50. I take every trade that meets my edge. I'm coming to the market expecting the market to give me something out of it. I don't have the, well, if I take this trade, the market's going to go against me. If I take this trade, these things are going to hurt me. And if I have that negative charge in my attitude, guess what? It affects when I get ready to take the trade and push the button. It affects the trade when I get ready to push the button. One thing I would say to you, to be consistently profitable, 3 things are not required, all right? 3 things are not required. Guess what? Your understanding of the company fundamentals are not required. Now, I know some guys gonna say, well, this guy's losing his mind, but hear me out. Your technical understanding about the market is not required. Your ability to draw trend lines is not required. What is required is confidence in yourself, discipline, and a winning attitude. Now, case in point, when I first started trading, I knew nothing about trading. My good friend says, buy this stock and just hold on to it. I bought the stock, woke up in the morning, I had $5,000 in my account. I'm like, whoa, what do I do with this? I knew nothing about the market. I barely knew the candlestick was, but I made money. Case in point, that is not sustainable, but it's possible. So what you have to do is when you approach the market, to be consistently possible, you got to know what are your constraints, what is holding you back, who's pushing you. Oh, that's a good one right there. Do you know most of us grew up in an environment that wasn't conducive to us being free to do the things we want to do? We grew up in constraints, meaning that when I say who's pushing you, most of us have a fear of failure, had a fear of failure. We could be the most successful person in the business arena, but come to trading, we stink. We fall short. We can't figure out why this is not working out for us. I got a successful business. I run a Fortune 500 companies. I got 500 employees, but yet I can't get a decent trade in. You see, we'll come to the market with this control mechanism, especially a business owner like myself, a high D. I come in and want to control the market. You can't control the market. The market is not irrational at all. It's very irrational. It's very temperamental. It goes without rhythm. It's not logical. So you cannot bring your logical thinking into this market. Another thing that hurts us is that fear of losing, fear of pain. And whenever we lose money, we associate that with pain. And that pain inhibits us from being all that we can be when it's trading. You know, in your environment, by the time you got to be turned 18 years old, you was told no over 18,000 times. No, you can't have this. No, you can't do this. No, that's not possible. Who do you think you are? In fact, some of you guys told your friends you're gonna become a day trader or a trader. They probably thought you were losing your mind. You're throwing your money away. You gambling. All these misconceptions are inside of your mind and have you formulating thoughts that's counter to the job that you're looking to do, to take on trades, make them profitable, and pull money back from the market. So we have to overcome these environmental constraints. Sometimes in our family, we're so beat up by our parents and by our loved ones and people, they told us all these negative things about ourselves. And these processes are stuck in your subconscious mind. This is a psychological gap. And these things fundamentally place an attack on your ability to make a successful trade and trade without fear. You have to master this fear. And listen, guys, the market is not against you. The market don't hate you. The market don't know you. In fact, the market is the only thing that I ever knew of that you can play this game with no rules. The market says, as long as you got money, you can play. But yourself, you must put yourself in position to develop your own rules to protect you. You must develop your own rules to give you the edge when it comes to taking a trade. You must forget about your past because your past has nothing to do with your future of who you were when it comes to trading. So that means that some of us got to reprogram our mind. We have to get rid of thinking. We come into this market with self-sabotaging beliefs about ourselves, about our ability to trade, about the money that we lost yesterday. I'll say this to you guys, if you have a red day today or yesterday, leave the past in the past and let the future take care of itself. Come to the market every day with a fresh perspective. Fear is a mechanism that gives us in ourselves fight or flight. Fear immobilizes us. Fear stops us from processing information rationally, and we start thinking irrationally. Even though we want to trade, we know we have to take the trade to be a trader, so we have to put on trades, but we do it with hesitation. We do it with lack of confidence, and all these things plays against your success as a trader. So to be consistent, I think that a few things that you got that fight against you in your consistency is, this is a question for yourself. This is you answer to yourself. What do you think about when you're taking a trade? What comes into your mind before you push the button? When it comes to taking gains and you're in a trade, what comes to your mind? Is it fear of missing out? Or if I cut the trade now, it might run some more and I end up missing out. These things here all fight against you in your consistency. When it comes to setting your stop, what comes to mind? Do you sit in a trade and you start adjusting your stop backwards to give it some more room because it just might come back? You know, each time you do that, you're sabotaging your strategy and your plan. Your job is to take money out of the market. Your job is to manage your risk. Your only job, in fact, your new title right now is not trader. Your new job title is risk manager. That's your job. Because if you properly manage your risk and you properly take your gains at the appointed times in your trade, and you take your trades without fear, guess what? Your consistency will go way up. When it comes to consistency, you got to make sure that you stay in a neutral mental state of mind. What is 50-50? You might hear me say this if you guys trade with me. I said, where the market going? 50-50. What that does, it neutralizes me with no expectations. It can go up, it can go down. Either way, I'm going to go with the floor of the market, take the trade that's going to give me the highest probability of a return. And in fact, I trade without fear. I truly trade without fear. People say, well, I'm thinking, but are you in? I said, oh yeah, I'm already in the trade because they met my edge. I just push the button. I get in the trade and I get out the trade as I see fit. So you must overcome these four things here. Fear of the future. You must overcome fear of the future. You don't know what the market will give you. Just say to yourself 50-50, up or down 50-50, but you're only going to execute the trades that give you the highest probability of a favorable return. You have to overcome your past failures. You have to just blank them out. They're not part of your strategy of the now. Live an eternal now and let the future present itself to you as you move forward with making calculated decisions on your edge and getting in and out of trades. You must overcome greed. That means that when you're in a trade, you can't say, if I cut, I'm missing out. No, you take your profits out the market. Your job is to take profit out the market. That's your job, to take profit out the market. You have to overcome the lack of confidence in your ability as a trader. I think these are so essential for you to master the art of traders. Do you know that consistent winners think differently than everyone else? They have a confidence in their own trades. They're not waiting for someone to call the trade out. They've done their research. They know their edge. They're looking for the opportunity, and they take the trade without hesitation. They trust in themselves to do whatever needs to be done without hesitation. These things are essential for consistency. They are the ones who become successful when it comes to trading. So you want to be consistent, have confidence in your own trades, do your research, only trade your edge. Consistent winners do not fear the erratic behavior of the market. They learn to focus on information that helps them spot the opportunities and to make a profit, meaning that they see it, boom, they're in. You had one, I came out today and you had a level marked off. You said, this is the level. And it came back, you said, hey guys, you're in. And I was already in. But you knew what you were going to do. When it hit that mark, you had no hesitation, you was in the trade. And I operated on the same principle. We both was in the same trade. That was an excellent. You was gone. When you come back, the trade was already running, was already in because we knew our edge, we knew where it's going to go, and we took the trade. Consistent winners don't focus on information that reinforces their fear. Heard that, I'm gonna say it one more time. They do not focus on information that reinforces their fear. If you're going to be a consistent trader, you got to operate outside of fear. One of the things I say is that you got to understand the risk. What does that mean? That means that the market's going to do what the market's going to do. I have no control over the market. It's not logical. I accept the three things that I can control: entry, risk management, and taking profit. I accept them. The rest of the things, I leave it up to the market. 50-50. When you decide that you're going to develop consistency, you're going to need to do four things. You need to identify your edge. You need to have a daily trading plan. You have to have a set of trading rules that you use daily and you follow them. You do not break your rules. As a consistent trader, as a master trader, you must follow your rules and you must not break your rules. One of the things I think that really affects us as traders is our perception. What is perception? It is your perceived visualization of a possible outcome of a future that you're looking at information, you're going to interpret the information, process it in your conscious mind, come up through your subconscious mind, pull data out, come up with a decision, and operate on that premise. Most of us, if we operate in fear, if we're operating in a lack of confidence, and we operate in a bad attitude, that information that you're perceiving becomes distorted. You start looking at the market and it's going up and you're trying to go short. It's going down and you're trying to go long. You see it, or here's one, and this happened to me in my personal experience. I'm in a trade, I take the trade, and as soon as I push the button, The trade started going opposite of me. It went down 10%, 15%, 20%, 30%, 40%. I'm watching it. My perception was skewed. I'm looking at it go against me, and I'm just letting it go 50%, 60%. And I'm saying, it's going to come back. It's going to come back. Have this ever happened to you guys before? It's going to come back. It's going to come back. It never came back. For 2 weeks, that thing fell. I'm thinking I got a 2-week contract. It's going to come back. It's going to turn around. Do you know all it do was my perception was skewed? All I had to do was cut the trade and go short and follow. And for 2 weeks, I'd have ran and made money. But yet, rather than me doing that, because of fear, because of wanting to be right, I stayed in that trade and lost my whole trade. And that is one of the things that perception with fear, with the wrong, it will give you the wrong perception about the market, perception about yourself, perception about how the market is viewing you. And the market don't know you from nobody else. All the market sees is ones and zeros. All it sees is contracts going in, contracts coming out. It is an inanimate object that's being manipulated by millions of people, that's emotional like you are, that has different biases like you do, and they control the flow of the market. So what I would say to you, to clear up your perception, you must stay neutral in your expectations of the market. I think that accepting the risk is one of the most fundamental things that will help you become risk neutral. That's the best word I come up with. And understand that trading involves risk. Anytime you put on a trade, you can possibly lose money. You can possibly lose money. Okay, 2 things that I want you to really focus on when it comes to accepting risk is confidence. You must have must be unencumbered by fears and worries. So when you approach the market, you got to be clear. You got to be balanced. You got to be hydrated. Drink plenty of water when you're trading. Stay hydrated. Don't have the radio going on. Don't have 10,000 Twitters and social media going. Stay focused on the market at hand, because you're a professional trader. This is your job. This is not, you're putting your hard-earned cash into this market. So you must be 100% focused. That means that you're confident in your position. You're not distracted by different things going on. And if you are distracted, then don't trade that day. You must have a winning attitude. See, your winning attitude will help you find your natural rhythm in the market. When you in the flow, you ever had that day where every trade you put on it is working? We call that the flow. You found the natural rhythm of the market. You see your edges showing up. It's like clear. It's like it's just jumping off the page at you, off the computer at you, and you taking all the trades, you're getting in, you're pulling profits out. That is so important, and that's tied to your attitude. That's tied to your confidence in yourself, and that's tied into your emotional state anytime you're trading. One thing I want you to know is that the market is not against you. There's 8 things I want you to remember. Know yourself. If you know you have a proclivity to doing reckless behavior, then you need to address that before you start trading on any given day. You need to get with a coach or a mentor or a buddy that's going to help you with this reckless behavior. Have a plan before you ever decide to execute a trade. Make sure you know your market that you're trading. Some traders I know, and I'm not picking on anybody independent, they're trading 39 different tickers on any given day. Well, you can't be an expert at 39 different tickers. Find you 3 or 4 or 5 different symbols that you like, study them, become an expert at them, and trade only that. What I look for is volatility in the market. So if the market is moving big ranges, that's why I trade the indexes that move big ranges every day. All I want is volatility, so I just trade one item. And I'm successful at it, and I know it like the back of my hand. It's easy to trade it. Start small when you're trading. What that means is that don't go out and try to throw on 10, 20, 30 contracts, because that will get to mess with your mental ability to process information, because you're looking at the dollars versus the execution. Keep it simple, guys. Don't have 39,000 lines on your chart and 15 oscillators and all these different things. Simplify your charts. That's going to help you out. Be wary of leverage, meaning that don't get in here and try to make your money back by doubling up on your contracts and it goes double wrong with you. So be aware of that. Keep your records, log your trades, review your trades on a daily basis. That will help you identify the problem areas, and you start making minute corrections as you go along, and eventually you'll be in a place where you're consistently winning at your trades. Aim to minimize your losses rather than maximize your gains. I'm gonna say that one more time. Aim to minimize your losses rather than maximizing your gains. This is something I want to say to you guys as I wrap this up right now. This is my affirmations. I didn't invent this here, but I use them every day. Here it is. I am a consistent winner because I objectively identify my edge. 1. 2, I predefine the risk on every trade I take. 3, I completely accept the risk or I'm willing to let the trade go. 4, I act on my edges without reservation or hesitation. I see them, I push the button up in the trade. 5, I pay myself as the market make money available to me. 6, I continually monitor my susceptibility for making errors. I get a euphoria, I get the God complex when it comes to trade. I'm doing so well. That's when your biggest failures come. If you have a big trade, guess what? Walk away. Take the trade, don't go back in the trade, turn the computer off, go take a break, walk away. Because what happens is you get this euphoria going and you come back, you make a mistake and you give all the money back to the market. Probably happened to a few of us. The 7th thing I would say to you is that the 6th thing is continually monitor your susceptibility for making errors. And the 7th thing is I understand the absolute necessity of these principles of consistent success, and therefore I never violate these rules. X, I'm gonna turn it back over to you. There's Kelvin Verrett with Dominant Trader.
Hey, that's Kelvin, guys. And I just want to backtrack and piggyback off a couple things. So we're going to take it back a couple slides. And this right here, I feel like is probably the biggest thing ever. Like a lot of people come into this game and they're like, yo, I don't want to lose any money. Well, you can't avoid that risk, but you can minimize it. So first things first, fear is going to give you 2 minutes, 2 meanings. You can either forget everything and run once a problem punches you in the mouth, or after you get off your butt, you can face everything and rise. So you're going to make the choice, and the choice is yours. Now, I'm not afraid of money. I'm not afraid to risk money, and I'm definitely not afraid to lose money because I know when I come into the market, I know how much I'm going to lose before I hit that button, and I'm okay with it. That's why my emotions are in check. So the first, not to say secret, the first step to eliminating fear is to minimize the complete downside. What if you only lost $1 every time you were wrong and you knew that your risk was $1? Well, let's just say you got 25K in the account and you say, hey, look, if I lose $300, whatever, I get it back next trade. That's a lot different than when you put on 50 contracts and it's like, dang, I got half my account in this trade. I'm down 6%. Oh my God, I'm down 6,000. I don't know what to do. That's the difference. So proper sizing and proper risk management is the first steps to eliminating fear. Now, once you can start to get a grasp on fear, you need to build confidence. How are you going to build confidence? One, of course, hitting winning trades. But before, what's that in-between stage? What's that in-between stage of getting out of fear and building confidence? It's the construction phase. If you can get on some type of simulated or environment where you're limiting your risk or trading with limited funds so you can't really hurt yourself, and you log your trades. And when I say you log your trades, I'm tired of seeing people who aren't, listen, this is what I do for a living, man. I need you to take, if you're going to talk to me, you need to be serious with this. I don't want to see any trading logs with just numbers on them. I don't even care about the numbers. I care about the screenshots. I mean, we live in a digital age where people just screenshotting everything left and right. Why can't you annotate and screenshot your trade? Screenshot your trade and watch and just go through. I guarantee you, if you did something 50 times and you won 48 out of those 50 times, when that trigger lines up, you ain't even going to hesitate. You're going to be excited. You're going to be like, boom, let's go. You guys hear us yelling on audio sometimes, and people are like, oh my God, you're yelling. Well, we've been doing this for so long, and it's so exciting, not for the money part, to see the construction of that plan and to see it play out over and over and over and just be right. Puts you on a different level of confidence. And you're so confident on a red day, you're like, drawdown. I can handle that drawdown. I don't even care. And that eliminates the, oh my God, I'm so scared to get in the trade. I don't know what to do. Here it is. Oh, I hesitated. Oh, no, that doesn't happen no more. When have you guys ever heard on audio? I have never hesitated. Y'all been trading with me for a very long time. I'm the first one to say, yo, I'm in. 335. You better get it ready. Here we go. That's me. And that's because I've seen this stuff happen over and over and over and over again. And the most important part that I like to say, the most important part is when you log your trades, it puts you in a position to realize what really works and what doesn't work.
Yes.
So the best traders in the world, myself included, produce a high percentage of our returns from taking a small amount of trades. Let me say that again. We produce the best percentage of our returns from taking a small amount of trades. So when you start logging your trades, you start seeing with it, you start dialing it in. It's like, all right, I got the system. It's working. How can I make this system better? All right, here's Bookmap. All right, I can see the orders coming in all together. Oh, this thing's undisputed. Let me bet the house on it. I don't bet the house on it. But that's the type of confidence I come with the market, because I know if I'm wrong, maybe I'm gonna lose part of the deed, not the whole thing. For the matter is, I'm not gonna really be in that position to lose. All right. So the next point I want to get to is this, and this is the most the thing that puts people out, because the biggest thing with losing is not just a financial loss, it's mainly an emotional loss for most people. Think about it. How long have you been trading? Say it out loud. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I want you to take whatever number you just said and ask yourself, if a human being was the same age as the number of years you have been trading, would you give him some tequila? And if the answer is no, you need to understand that you're still young in the game. Honestly, I've only been in here for 10 years. Just because I've been trading for 10 years doesn't mean my journey's over. My journey's still continuing. I'm learning every day, and I'm learning how to even deal with things every day, right? I take losses, and how I bounce from losses, the first things first, is mindset. I know for a fact that if I take a small loss, I can make it back. That's why I cut all my losers, is because the opportunity cost. If I'm holding a bag, I'm in a trade, I followed my plan, it didn't work out, I'm down small, I'm not going to hold on to that, because I know my mindset's thinking the next time this trade lines up, I'm going to make it back. What new traders mess up at is, say Monday happens, you green, you make $1,000. Tuesday happens, you lose $2,000, and Wednesday happens, you lose another $300. So Thursday comes in, you're down $1,300, and you're like, man, you're hesitating, you're scared, you're upset, and you're trying to bounce back, and you don't know how you're going to get back from that. If you just follow your trading plan, you can keep those losses even smaller. And the way I look at it is, I'm not going to say big amounts here in the recording, but if I'm down this amount, I know for a fact in one trade I can make it back. So in theory, all my losses are temporary loans to the market. Let me say that again. Every loss that I take is a temporary loan to the market, because I'm going to get it back by following my plan. My plan allows for 3 outcomes. Well, maybe 4. Big win, medium win, break even, small loss. I ain't taking no big loss. X don't be in trades that long. You know, like, I think the biggest loss I've taken over the last couple months was 26% on a swing trade. I don't stay in trades. When trades aren't working, I am getting out. I am not averaging in. That's the thing. And the thing is, when you start taking losses, it's very frustrating, because you give back progress. And if you take a big ass loss, oh my God, how much of that did it wipe? So the next time you're in the trade and let's say you're down 10, 20, 30%, start thinking about where you're going to stop out before you get into the trade. Now, with confidence, I know I'm bouncing back and forth. I just want to go back to everything. The real thing to really help you boost your confidence is having everything planned out. So trading is a very visual thing. Like, you're seeing things and reacting to things happening on the screen. So therefore, you need to have a chart that says buy here, stop out there, target there. If you don't have those 3 things on the chart, eventually it's just going to freaking wreck. You're not going to stop out at the right place, and you're not going to take profits at the right price. And you're going to miss out on the ability to maximize on every opportunity presented in front of you, just from you not having that planned out. Now, bouncing back from losses, anybody can do it. Now, coming into tomorrow, let's say you took a loss today, coming into tomorrow, I want you to approach it with a new mindset. It's a new day, so we're going to get some new money. Yesterday never happened. As a good friend of mine on Twitter, his name's Seven, he says the day's 0-0. Calvin says 50-50. These are mindsets of a true trader. We know that I could draw down 20%. I'm not going to, that's not going to happen. Knock on wood. But if I draw down, let's say 6% on the week, I'm pretty much set to have at some point that 6% relatively back plus more anytime soon. So it doesn't matter that you lose if you're trading a systematic approach. So stop trying to be a hero. It's not worth it. You don't have to catch every move from top to bottom, bottom to top. You don't need to trade every day. That is the problem with most traders, and this is one of the reasons why people are held back. Noticeably speaking, on a choppy day, most day traders will just get destroyed. If the indices are stuck in like a 50-cent range, you'll see some massive losses coming out of the blue, and we didn't even move anywhere. That's you trying to be a hero. Stop trying to 10x your account. I mean, I just told you only need one trade, and you need to follow that plan. And when you get in that plan, make sure you manage that risk. And as Calvin says, pay yourself as money becomes available. Now, me personally, I'm going to be real with you. I'm on Twitter. I'm an influencer. I trade a big account. I run a team. People watch me trade on live stream. It's all there. You don't ever see me running around with 1,000% gains because I'm going to take profit. That's my job. I'm taking the profit. 1,000%. Yeah, that looks cool. That sounds great. But I trade a model, and once I start getting into things and getting into certain percentages and certain areas of the chart, I'm scaling out and taking profit, and then I'm just going to repeat. A lot of these guys, some of them stay in the game, but most of them don't. That's not a strategy that I feel that the majority of the public who is undisciplined and can't even eat right and stick to a diet, can stick to plans and risk management parameters that will allow you just to consistently just grab 10,000% gains. I think it's better off if you take profit, repeat the process, and stop trying to catch every move. Right? Just stop trying to catch every move. It's just that simple. Right? Now, the last couple things is stop trying to play who's the better Twitter trader, man. Like everybody's like, yo, I got a screenshot, this, that. If you screenshotting your gains, you should be taking profit. It's just that simple. This is not a game of who's the better trader. It's the game of you. Focus on you. Focus on your plan. Focus on your P&L, and you focus on your process. Therefore, you start making more money. So start focusing on your A+ setups that meet the guidelines of your career and your system, and start focusing on walking away. You want to prepare, you want to execute, and you want to leave. Just remember, the market will always pay the patient trader, and you can only be patient if you know the slogan. No setup, no trade means no moving until we get that trigger. We're like a football team. Until that ball's hiked, we ain't moving. And once it is, we are in full effect with full confidence, full strategy, and we're going to go from trigger to target. No setup, no trade. But that's it for us. I want to say thank you guys for your support. Again, I want to say thank you to Kelvin for coming on and helping me run this mindset webinar. This has been great. I hope this has addressed a lot of needs. If you guys are on Twitter, you could do it. Help me do a huge favor by retweeting the fact that you was here. If you guys got any quotes, any screenshots, anything that you guys can retweet to get out there, go ahead and get us out there. If we get the retweets, the next webinar that we do, which will pretty much, in my opinion, be about in the next 3 weeks, we'll put it back on Twitter. We do these type of events with our team to help our team build and grow in the skills of our needs. But besides that, we are out. Kelvin, did you want to have any last words, or you're all good?
No, man, that's good. Excellent. Thank you for inviting me on. I'm glad to be a part of what we're doing here with the people. And if there's anything we can do, man, we're here to help. And we believe in helping the traders learn to trade. They say you can feed a man fish and feed him for a day, but you can teach him how to fish and feed him for a lifetime. So we're teaching people how to trade here today at Juicy Trades. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
All right, guys, that's it for me. We're out. Be easy, everybody.